What's up, guys? So I thought I'd just give us a little update. We've made some changes in the barn. I think you probably remember the old home gym tour. I'll put the link up to that one up in the corner somewhere. Well, I won't, but Connor will. But yeah, we've made some changes. So I thought I'd give you a quick tour inside of what we've got going on in the barn. So the first change we made is obviously we moved the dumbbells across. So they were kind of sitting over in the corner there. We've moved them to the other side, and the dumbbells I've got like big kind of Avanco dumbbells. They're my favourites that I always kind of used when I was training as a rugby player. They're kind of the first set of dumbbells I used, so I made sure I got those. And we've got some additional steel ones as well. So we've got dumbbells up from 14 kilos in the Avancos all the way up to 90 kilos, as well as some kind of smaller hex dumbbells as well. I tend to obviously do all my kind of dumbbell work with it's like pressing, single arm rowing, like lateral work, seated shoulder press, etc. So the dumbbells get used quite a lot. I'll also use kind of like the dumbbell like kind of rack attachment that I kind of made. That kind of was turned into quite a popular device. I saw a lot of people, especially the home gym users, copying that and using that at home, which is good. Which just made things easier. Obviously, doing a lot of my training on my own, so it's a little bit difficult to throw the dumbbells up, especially when using the heavier sets. But yeah, it's a nice set of dumbbells, my kind of favourite, and we managed to squeeze them all in. I think I've got like about 2,000 kilos of dumbbells already now. So no decent gym will be kind of complete without a lifting platform and a rack. So this is where the bulk of my work happens. You know, I'll be using kind of the barbells here. So I've got some specialty barbells. I've got one out at the moment. I've got a Texas Power Bar that's missing. That's just at the lockup. But we've got like an Olympic weightlifting bar here, a power bar, which is like an IPF approved power bar, very stiff, like 29 mil. The weightlifting bar is 28 mil. Deadlift bar from AOA. That is like slightly thinner, so I think it's like 27 mil. And a little bit longer, half foot longer, so 7.5 foot. Gives that extra flex in the bar. It's one of the kind of bars we use at the deadlift champs. So obviously I need to have one of those. And then an 8-foot squat bar as well, a Texas squat bar. Longer loading pins to get more plates on. Very stiff bar. 32 mil. You can see like the knurling here is kind of in the middle, which means it kind of sits on your back nicely and it doesn't move out. And the fact that now I'm a little bit wider, a little bit fatter, a little bit more immobile. I needed that wider bar to be able to kind of get my grip like out there, as just inside the collars. So yeah, big kind of important thing was having the right barbells for the job. I've got a load of more kind of specialty bars up here. So that's the cambered squat bar, safety squat bar. I've got a couple of axles. I've got like the Mirafit, a standard 2-inch axle. I've got a 3-inch axle as well, like an oversized for some grip work. I've got the couple of logs down there as well, whether it's the metal log or the true wooden log as well. As I said, it's just important to have all the kind of tools, the train, everything I need. This is a pretty cool item. So this is a stone of steel. It's actually like from America. So you unscrew the two hemispheres, they come apart, and then you load it with plates. So you can load that to whatever you want. It's a 20-inch stone. So I got that just to do any kind of additional stone lifting at home. Effectively, you just need one stone for kind of all those different weights, as opposed to having a whole room full of Atlas stones. It was expensive to get here, but it was just an investment really, and I don't think there's too many in the UK, so yeah, pretty cool piece. From there, obviously we've got you probably saw these this week on my Instagram. We've got the Mirafit calibrated plates, got over 500 kilos. You can probably guess what's going to be happening for me next year. 505 kilos of Mirafit plates turned up. These are quality, you know, so I get messaged all the time about, you know, calibrated plates, and they're all laser cut now, so they are all bang on. I mean, I watched the Giants Live guys when we used these at the deadlift champs. The Giants Live guys weighed them all in. Every single plate was bang on. So you know when you're buying a calibrated plate, obviously it's going to be bang on the correct weight. And obviously because it's a thinner profile, you get more plates on the bar, which is important when you're pulling kind of 450 odd kilo plus. So yeah, these are a great little addition for me. Continue with the Mirafit theme. I've got the Mirafit power rack. They do this is the M3 rack. They do this in a load of different specs, which is great for me because obviously space is at a premium in here. So I decided to get this. It's got the kind of west side hole configuration as well for rack pulls. It's a narrow rack, so it's not that deep, so it doesn't take up too much space, but it's a good height as well. You can get this in 3 different heights. You can get like a low one for those who haven't got a lot of space if the roofs are low. and you can also get like a slightly deeper rack as well, power rack with some attachments for plates. So great thing about these kind of Mirafit racks is you can kind of build it however you want it. And I've just kind of got mine set here. You definitely want to bolt them to the ground. You know, it's so important to have your rack bolted down so it doesn't flip, especially if you're training on your own and you're using kind of heavier weights. But yeah, with other Mirafit stuff, I've got the deadlift jack, which makes it a lot easier to load the bar as I'm going up and loading on. I've got the drop pads, which you'll see a lot in my videos, especially when I'm log pressing. They look after the log, look after the floor. They're a great bit of kit. We've got a box squat, adjustable box squat, kind of bench, I guess you'd probably call it, and that's useful for any box squats, step ups, etc. So yeah, Mirafit kind of sorted me out. This is a great company with a lot of different products. So if you are setting up a home gym and you're in the UK, I'd probably check out Mirafit first and foremost, just to see what they've got available at the moment. So the way I've kind of set up the gym now is we've kind of effectively got like the free weights on one side and then all the machines on the other. The machines are kind of a new addition. If you go back and watch the old home gym tour, you've seen there was not a lot of machines in here. The reason I've got the additional machines, they are a luxury, obviously, but when you're doing heavy deadlifts, heavy squats, heavy presses, you don't always want to be having to do like heavy bent over rows and you know, more squats and front squats to be able to train your legs. So I've got the leg press. This is a Watson leg press, 45 degree. A really compact design, which was good again. Managed to fit that in, and I'll use that on my obviously leg days. This is actually a tip from Andy Bolton actually about improving deadlift strength. Was doing a lot of paused leg presses, just to build that kind of initial power off the floor. So I've been adding those into my program. I've got the seated row and pull down, which just fits in for all my cable work. So I'll use this for pull downs, rows, all my back work, even press downs and stuff like that as well, just to do some tricep work. And obviously being a pin selected piece makes everything a lot easier, just putting the pin in rather than having to load a load of plates on everything and move stuff around. So yeah, this is a great addition. It's made my kind of back days a lot easier, especially after doing so many kind of like high volume deads. I don't have to then do a lot of kind of bent over rows or single arm rows and stuff like that. I've got the option to do some cable stuff, which just makes it easier. Moving on, obviously we've got the hammer strength chest press or a bench press. I got this really recently. This is an addition I wanted to get just because we've got to the point now where throwing around heavy dumbbells on my own was getting a little bit iffy. I didn't want to be doing a lot of kind of barbell work as well. So he just gave me another piece to train on. I've always been quite a big fan of like the hammer strength machines. Yeah, it is a good piece that I managed to put in, because another thing I'm obviously pushing, when I'm trying to push my body weight up, I'm looking to kind of standardise my form when I'm pressing. And obviously, like a kind of leverage machine like this, obviously standardises your form because you go where the machine is kind of on that set line. There's no kind of deviation like there would be with a dumbbell or a barbell. So you can really just focus on taking it all the way to failure, and it's a lot safer going to failure with a machine than with a barbell, unless you've got obviously spotters and stuff. So yeah, we got that. A couple of med balls sitting there as well, and then yeah, we've got in this corner, I've got an open trap bar, which I use for a couple of various different things. That's hanging on the wall in the back at the moment. The glute ham raise, so this is a Atlantis one. So glute ham raise is obviously great movement for your posterior chain. Got back extensions on there as well. But yeah, it's a solid bit of kit. Probably most people need that as a posterior chain piece. If you're in a home gym or a commercial, definitely look out for that, because you can build a pretty solid set of glutes and hamstrings and calves with just a simple kind of body weight effectively exercise. We've got the spin bike here, which I do not use. This is Amy's spin bike that she'll be on for hours and hours as a triathlete. So yeah, I try and stay away from this, and I'll just kind of move it around, get out of my way. But yeah, unfortunately this is not for me. I'm not doing that kind of level of cardio. And we've got some more weights plates stacks here. So we've obviously got the Mirafit Calibrated. We've got some other like cheaper plates to use on the log, etc. A couple more barbells in the back, some more inch plates as well that we've kind of collected over the time. Yeah, it's a lot of kit, a lot of kind of specialty pieces, whether it's like the bands over there, some grip attachments. But you know, it's kind of something that I've continued to invest in for a long time, and just build up my collection of kit. The great thing about gym equipment, as we know from the pandemic as well, is suddenly it's a very valuable commodity and you can't get hold of it. So yeah, for me it was the no-brainer really. I had to build my own kind of space to train, and I wanted to invest in myself to be the best athlete that I could be. So for me, it's not really a big kind of outlay. You know, I see it as part of a business investment in my body to be able to do the job that I do, to have all the equipment I need. So yeah, for some people it might seem crazy that I'm spending a lot of money on the gym, but you know, for me it's obviously going to allow me to achieve my goals in strongman and win competitions, and that's why I do it. So as I said in the first video, the first home gym tour you probably would have seen, like this building here was actually a car barn beforehand. It was just like an open car barn, so we had to kind of, my good mate JT down here, he did all the work, I really did nothing. Insulated it, put the OSB boards in, put the windows in to get a little bit more natural light in, and then we're ready to put the floor in. So luckily under here is a concrete base, and that's my kind of top tip for if you are building a home gym, is make sure you've got a good solid kind of foundation. The floor is nice and level, good kind of solid concrete. If it's not, if it's kind of a questionable level, then you're going to need to put some like plywood down underneath before you put the mats. But I haven't had any problems with just putting a good 40mm mat, which is what I've got throughout here. And it's probably the most expensive part of the gym is actually the flooring, and that's where you want to spend the most money, because as soon as you start getting holes in the floor underneath the mats, that's when the barbell's going to roll around and you have some really serious issues, especially if you're in a rented property as well. So make sure you spend some money on the mats. As I said, I've got 40mm of rubber mat here to absorb any kind of contact with the floor and try not to disturb the neighbours too much. They've kind of got used to me grunting and chucking weight around at kind of weird hours. But yeah, I spend that all on the floor. I've got the lifting platform as well, which is like a good like solid plywood as well, just to look after things, because it's hugely important that you make sure that things are solid there. There we go, guys. That's my kind of home gym. That's where the bulk of my training gets done. I hope you enjoyed the video. Here's a little trivia question for you. How many kg of free weights, that's dumbbells, barbells and plates, do you reckon I've got sitting in this gym right now? Yeah, comment below, see if you can get the correct answer. But yeah, thanks for watching the video, guys. Make sure you check out the other gym tour videos we've got on the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.